trading Forex is risky and difficult. It's definitely very different from investing into a life strategy fund on Vanguard. But I realized that if that's something that I wanted to do, I needed to learn a lot of things first. And I understand that to say that I know how to trade Forex, I'd need to be doing it for years and years, which I haven't. But in this video, I'd like to share with you my first experience of trading Forex, my Forex portfolio that I have on XTB. I will also explain to you how I choose my pairs, why I chose these exact pairs and where I found the information about them. And I will also share my experience of registering on XTB and in general my experience with this platform. So if that's something that you want to know more about, then keep watching this video. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anastasia. On this channel I talk about investing and especially investing for beginners. This video will be about Forex trading. Recently I made another video about XTB where I made a general overview of this platform. I will make sure that I will leave a link to this video in the description box below this video, and also I will add the link to the video about CFDs because XTB is a CFD trading platform, and if you want to join XTB you definitely must understand what a CFD is first. So in this video I'm not going to tell you what a CFD is, but all you need to understand is that it is a highly risky tool and a lot of traders, in fact more than 70% of traders, lose money trading CFDs. Nevertheless, if trading CFDs or trading Forex is something that you wanted to learn, then you will always have to start somewhere. And I found XTB is a perfect platform for that purpose because it seems like it's a great place which feels like a transfer between a complete beginner investing platform to very advanced trading platform. It offers lots of more advanced tools that other platforms for beginner investors that I also tell you about on this channel don't offer, but at the same time it's still very user-friendly, beginner-friendly, and it has a great customer service, which I'm going to tell you more about a little bit later in this video. And the main reason of why I chose XTB is because it is known to be cheap for Forex trading. So these are the main reasons of why I decided to give a try to this platform. Now, if you want to learn Forex, you have to learn a lot of new terms and understand how they work. And if you are not a beginner at Forex, then maybe you forget all the struggles that you had at the beginning. Whilst in my head, all the problems that I experienced at the start are still very fresh in my mind, and I can't wait to share them with you in this video, and I really hope that you will find it useful. So let's look inside my Forex portfolio on XTB, and I will show you the pairs that I invested in. I'll tell you where I found the information about these pairs, why I chose these pairs, and I will tell you a little bit more about the platform itself. Okay, so this is how my portfolio looks at the moment. So far I've invested into 4 pairs. I have a plan to invest into several more, but first I will see how these 4 pairs perform. As you can see, all of these pairs are risky because the weaker currency in this pair belongs to countries which have potential, or at least in my opinion they have potential. So 2 of them, Polish zloty and Hungarian forint, these are Eastern European countries. I've lived in those countries and I come from that part of the world myself, so I believe in the economy. I've seen how it's been developing, but of course it's not only my opinion that I base my decisions on. The third pair is Russian ruble, and I chose Russia because this is the main oil exporter of the world, and I think that there is a potential in regards to oil price, and the price of ruble will depend on the price of oil. The fourth pair is South Africa, and South Africa is the most developed country on the African continent. It is still developing, of course, but I think it still has a lot of potential in it. I am not a financial advisor. I said that I'm a complete beginner at Forex. This is an experiment, so definitely don't go and invest into these pairs just because I invested into them. Do your own research and make your own conclusions. There are no real rules that would explain to you how you have to choose your pairs. I think there are thousands of strategies and techniques, and every single trader will tell you that their strategy works for them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the same strategy will work for you. As for me, as for a complete beginner, it made total sense to base my decisions on the document that is published by IMF. So it is an IMF report by country that is being published every year. And this report highlights the currencies, the nominal value of each is far away from their real value. I might be totally wrong here, so don't blindly follow my advice and do your own research. But if you strongly agree or disagree with my strategy, then you can leave your comments under this video. I mean, I'm always happy to read your comments, and especially if I can learn something from them as well. So this report is available to everybody. All you have to do is go to IMF website, and then it's called an external sector report. One thing I have to say is that it's not short-term strategy, and I'm definitely not going to do any day trading. If that's something that you want to do, then reading an annual report is probably not the greatest idea, because if day trading is something that you want to do, then you definitely have to concentrate more on daily news. But even if you invest into Forex mid to long term, like I do, then you still have to kind of keep an eye on the news, and the best place to find this news, in my opinion again, is on XTB, which is at the same time very convenient. They have a special calendar which will tell you about the main events that may influence the price of the asset that you invest your money in. Of course, it doesn't have to be Forex, it can be any CFD asset that XTB offers on its platform. Talking about Forex, different brokers will offer you different pairs to trade, and honestly there were several pairs that I wanted to buy but that weren't available on XTB, but in general XTB offers 48 currency pairs right now, which generally speaking should be enough. And talking about the rules of how you choose your currency pairs, as I've already said, different traders will tell you that they use different strategies and different techniques. But there are still some rules that everybody follows. So the first rule is that one of the currencies in your pair has to be a stable one. Most of the time it's American dollar, British pound or euro. In this case, most of the time you depend only, your profits depend only on the price change of the second weaker currency in your pair. In this case, you can bet that the price of the second currency will go up or down against your stable currency, and you can assume that the price of the stable currency will not change much. The second rule is that you must follow the news, especially political and economical news, at least from time to time anyway. It doesn't matter what time frame you choose for your investments, whether it's short term or long term. Some news may affect the price of your pair so much that you would have to wait for years and years for it to recover, and it still doesn't mean that it will recover at all. The third rule is that there are two types of scenarios when investing into Forex. Remember that Forex is a CFD, so you don't actually go and change your banknotes for different banknotes. You don't really own any money, and what you essentially do is bet that the price of a certain currency will go up or down. And what this means is that straight away, before you actually buy, before you invest into this pair, you can already sell it. So with CFDs, the option of selling your asset is available to you straight away. What it means is, if you choose a pair of currencies and if you think that the first currency in the pair will go up in price, then you want to buy this pair. But if you think that the first currency in the pair will go down in price, then you want to sell this pair. For example, let's look back at my portfolio. All the pairs in my portfolio I am selling, and this means that I think that the second currency in my pairs, in every single pair, the weaker currency, has the potential to grow in the future. It is a riskier way of looking at things, but this is the reason of why I chose these exact pairs. And it may be very obvious to you, and you might think, well, why is she talking about that? Obviously you want to sell, or obviously you want to buy. But trust me, for someone like me who's only been investing into real assets before this time, it was quite confusing at the beginning beginning. And actually at first I opened a demo account and I practiced a little bit with demo account, and my first trade was a mistake because by habit I pressed the buy button instead of sell button, and if it was my real money I'd get quite disappointed. Now let's talk about the demo account, the registration process and the customer support. So whatever you do, I definitely recommend you to start with demo account. Demo account will help you understand the platform better, you will be able to practice, you will be able to learn how the platform works, and it will give you confidence before you decide to invest real money. The registration on demo account is super easy, it takes about 2 minutes and all you need to provide is your name and your email address. It's totally free for 4 weeks, and after 4 weeks your demo account will expire unless you open the real account and you invest any amount in. There is no minimum amount to invest, and then your demo account becomes non-expiring. You can use it for as long as you want. But even after I registered on my demo account, which was totally free, I got an automated email from my account manager, and it was very nice, but I could see that it is an automated email. I had some questions straight away upon registration, and I asked these questions, and I did it at around 12 a.m. on Sunday, normal time for me to do my work, and I was totally shocked when I received the answer from this manager on Monday morning. It was sent to me before 10 a.m. and this time it was not an automated reply, it was the actual person writing the answers to my stupid questions, and this person, my manager, he was able to explain to me things in a very simple language, which made me feel much more confident and in general made me feel much more better from the very start. I've been dealing with customer services on different platforms, but I can tell you that this was the best experience I've had so far. But at that point I already knew that I'm going to record this video, and I knew that I will want to tell you about the customer support, so I decided to check myself to be sure that this is something that happens all the time and I wasn't just lucky once. So I asked some more questions again, and the same situation happened again. The person replied to me straight away, and even though I assume some of the questions I asked were stupid, it didn't matter because my manager gave me a very clear response, which was really helpful. And in general, upon the registration, you are contacted by people, but not in a very pushy way. I'm sure you know what I mean. And you are sent all these different emails with different tutorial videos, which I found really useful and really helpful. It does feel like they are trying to educate you rather than just take your money. You losing your money on their platform is definitely not their goal. This is the feeling I had upon the registration. So, if you want to register on XTB and start trading or investing with XTB, there are several steps that you have to do first. In my opinion, the step number 1 that you have to do is definitely open a demo account. As I've already said, you have 4 weeks of free demo account, and after that it will expire. In my experience, 1 week was enough to see how it works, after which I opened my real account. And opening a real account is your step number 2. This was also very easy, but there were some questions asked, more questions than when you open the demo account, and this is because XTB is FCA regulated and they must be sure that you have some basic knowledge about trading CFDs, so this is the sort of questions that they ask you upon the registration. Once you are registered, you want to deposit some money, and this is also very easy. You have to click on deposit and you have to choose the way of how you want to deposit your money. I use the card because it is free, commission free. Bank transfers are also free, but you have also other options such as Skrill and PayPal, but you have to pay a 2% fee if you decide to do it this way. And of course the 4th step is you opening your first position, but there are also a lot of terms and in general things that you have to know before you decide to open your first position, and I think it will take me some time to explain these things to you. That's why I'm gonna do it in my next video. So if you don't want to miss my next video about my Forex trading experience on XTB, I also plan to share my first results. So if you don't want to miss that video, then consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope you found this video interesting and most importantly useful. I hope to see you soon in my next videos. Thank you so much guys for your time and attention today. Bye bye!